got was the original Raiden fader, but that one I wasn't a big fan of because the limitations of the fader. You know, it just wasn't smooth. I like I said in previous videos, I wanted the fader itself to run on bars, you know, because that's what most faders do. I would say this one right here is the one of the smoother ones, and it actually is the easiest to work on when you need to maintenance it. So Jesse Dean pretty much nailed it on this one. It's super easy to get into. You just take 2 screws out here, then there's 2 more screws holding in the actual circuit board. You pop this off. Real easy to take apart, clean, and maintain. It's not hard to get into at all. Very simple, very easy. Jesse Dean actually has a video that he posted on his website of how to clean and maintenance this fader as well. It is a contact fader, but it is basically like an on-off kind of switch. And I would say the only drawback to this fader is every once in a while, you know, after using it so much, it does kind of get crunchy with the sound. But once again, it is pretty easy to take apart, clean it with some rubbing alcohol, and bam, you're good to go. You can lube up the bars with your favorite type of lubrication. I always use gun oil on mine. But that would be the things that I love about this fader. Super easy to use. One of the things that you will find with this fader, though, when you're plugging in with in the output with some headphones, if they're not self-powered headphones, the volume will be very, very low. So, you know, with this one, you would need some type of a little amplifier or something like that. There's a little amplifier that you can plug into these. They're called a boosteroo, and that would amplify your sound. So, for the money, bam, this one is probably one of my, not probably, but is one of my more favorites to use. Next on the list is the Raiden fader, innofader collab. This fader is a beast. I mean, this thing is super, super smooth. Very, very smooth. It is self-powered, so you do have your power button here. You have your LED light on the top. Not too much bad to say about this one. The difference here is, of course, going to be overall size. I mean, this thing is quite hefty compared to the other fader, but it has your 1 and 2 on each side for table 1, table 2, so you can actually hook up 2 portable tables to this if you wanted to, and your output here. The cool thing about this fader is, since it is powered, it actually will amplify a set of headphones when you plug it in. So if you need to plug it in with a regular set of headphones or earbuds, you're set, ready to go. You know, and this one actually has a calibration on it, so you can actually set up your cut-in time to where you want it. But this fader is beast. The only drawback to this fader is it is almost impossible to get into, to clean, maintenance, you know, and lube up the bars and whatnot. For one, you have 4 screws, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side, then you got 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side. Those 2 little panels pop off. You have to pull off the top knob here, but I haven't. It's super hard to get off. I am not even able to get it off. It actually even hurt my fingers doing that. So when it does, you know, get crunchy on the inside or dirty on the inside, it's going to be kind of hard to clean out. So now I have gotten it open to where this kind of slides open, and the innofader, if you've seen my video on how to open up and maintenance a mini innofader, it's the same thing you're going to have to do with this, but the only difference is that this one is actually soldered into another board, a circuit board, that you're going to have to pull it out of, and you know, and then do the whole desoldering and taking the mini innofader apart. But I would say that is probably the only drawback to this. The like I said, the fader on this thing is super smooth. Definitely one of the top faders, portable faders on the market. So this one is one of my faves for sure. Oh, it is rechargeable as well. So it does have a little 3.7 volt rechargeable battery in there. And when you do have it fully charged, it will last, it says up to 10 hours. So I really haven't had to charge it yet. I've been using it quite a bit. So anyway, this fader, beast, one of the better ones on the market for sure. Highly recommend it. The last fader that I have, a lot of people like, is the actual mix fader. Now, this one I got some I got some things to say about. For one, oh sorry, also on the Raiden fader, this one, the whole casing it's metal. I mean, it's not plastic, it's metal. It feels really sturdy, feels really good. Same with the Jesse Dean fader. It is a thicker plastic, but it doesn't feel like a toy. You know, it actually feels like a good piece of equipment. So they're both very well built. Onto this guy right here, the mix fader. Okay, so the mix fader, this one also has a very cool design. It's not as big as the Raiden innofader. As you can see, that Raiden innofader is a lot bigger than this one. But it is built, it is all metal as far as the casing. On the bottom here, it's got like a little sticky material that you can stick it on, and then it's like an anti-slip. It won't go anywhere. So you can actually clean that off with soap and water, and it'll get sticky again. This one is actually self-powered as well, so you do charge it. Lithium battery, 3.7 volts. This one, the main selling point on this one is the Bluetooth ability. So that, and then you can hook it up MIDI. Now, the drawbacks to this fader, I'm not sure if you guys caught my video on disassembling this fader, you know, to take it apart to do any type of cleaning and maintenance on it. But it is the biggest pain, and it's not very user friendly. Let's just put it that way. If you're not comfortable with desoldering and taking things apart, then cleaning this bad boy is not going to be an easy task. Now, the fader itself does run on a bar system. When I first bought the fader, I thought it was a non-contact fader, but once I took it apart, I realized that it wasn't. The fader is smooth, but it's nowhere near as smooth as this one here, and it's still nowhere near as smooth as the Jesse Dean fader. This one, to me, actually feels almost like, if you've been scratching and DJing for a long time, the old Vestex Alps faders and the old Vestex Pros, the 05, 06, 07 Pros, that's how this one feels to me. And even after I opened it up and I lubed the faders and actually put some lubrication on the circuit board, it's still kind of slow. But I mean, it is smooth, you know, even though that it does run on a bar system. But other than that, to get into this thing, there's 2 screws underneath this rubber here, and basically the screws are pentalobe screws, so they're not even normal screws to get into. It's like a T6 pentalobe screw. Pain in the butt. If you don't have the right tool, then it's not going to work out for you. Hey, what are you doing? So my puppy. So it's not very user friendly. So now, I haven't got a chance to use this on a portable table yet, and I've seen a lot of videos where people are doing it. So I really can't say how well it performs on a portable. But I will say this: I have tried it with the app as far as on my iPhone, and that app has a lot to be desired. It works, but sometimes it will actually lose lose the sensitivity on your fingers. So when you're holding it down and you're trying to scratch, it'll just lose it, and then the sample will play through. So this one really isn't one that I'm using really a lot of, because that app itself just doesn't do it for me. So what I really need to do is I need to try it on like a bigger tablet to see if it's got a better response. But like I said, I have seen people use these on portable turntables with the USB switch. Now, the thing with that is the way that I've been seeing it, to use it with a portable table, because it is all Bluetooth. There is no audio inputs or outputs on this, since it's all Bluetooth. You can use it with a HandyTrax USB or a PT-01 with the USB input, but you have to buy more things to hook it into. That's my only gripe about that. It's like, okay, so now you have to buy more parts just to hook into your portable to get it to work, and then I think you actually have to use like a control vinyl, like a Serato vinyl or something like that. That's everything that I've seen on the videos where they're using it for portable, turntables, like the new market, the Vestix and the HandyTrax and all that. So now there's some cool things you can do with this. I've seen other DJs in videos, they use them for MIDI, where they can actually use it and they play it like a little with a tone, where they can switch up your tones and stuff. And it's a cool idea, but for the money, if you're wanting to cut, I can see where the draw is, as far as with the being able to use a tablet and stuff. It's kind of a cool idea, use the tablet, you can cut on it, you could take it, there's only two parts, you tablet and fader, turn it on, bam, you connect it, and you're scratching. Awesome. It's a cool idea, but for me, it's just not the same as using a piece of vinyl. 7-inch vinyl, man, that's just the way to go, in my opinion. So this one, to me, is my least favorite of the three. I don't really even use it, When I bought it because I wanted to do a review on it, just to let everybody else know what I think about it. And maybe down the line I'll get a tablet that actually works with this. I have some tablets, but they're older, so they don't run the program that this runs off of. But other than that, I would say it's a dope fader. Price wise, if I was gonna spend the money, but for a price of this and this, I would go with this over this any day. This fader alone blows this one out of the water. It's a lot easier to hook up a portable setup, and bam, you're ready to go. Has pretty much the same features aside from the Bluetooth option with this one. So all of the faders, dope. I love the portable setups, but basically what I would end up doing, I guess it really just comes down to where you're looking to, or how much you're looking to part with as far as money goes. If you're looking to spend, I'm not even sure. This one I got on a Black Friday sale, so I think I spent like $90 on it. So for the money that I spent on it, it's okay. But I really need to mess around with this a little bit more. These would be my top two picks, okay? Depending on the money that you want to spend, this one's definitely going to cost you more, but you do have a few more options with it. The Jesse Dean fader, though, overall, this one is more user-friendly, and you're able to get into it, clean it out, do what you got to do with it. So if you're looking for ease of use and being able to open it up and clean it and maintenance it, this is your boy right